I do want to do before we do that is introduce two new members. We have Nina Marie and we have Debbie Cricket. Welcome to our board. Thank you for volunteering your time. And even though Debbie's new, she's been around, Pam is away today, so she's going to take Pam's place. So could you please do a roll call?
Yes. Councilor Chakoudas.
Present.
John Oladari.
Oladayide.
Oladai. Say that again.
Oladayide.
Oladai. Yes.
You got it.
Great. All right.
I'm right here.
Richard Smithy.
Yeah, here.
Betty Gonzalez. Mary Joyner.
Present.
Arthur Akers. Jacqueline Fitzu. Here. Jean Marie Mitten.
Present.
Debbie Craig. Present. Joan Novo. It's surgery. Pam Edwards is in Florida. Megan Best. Here. Thank you.
Well, thank you. All right, so this is a pretty quick agenda, it looks like. So the beginning of our meetings, just to let new members know, the whole part of the beginning of our meeting is the director is Megan, so I'm gonna turn this over to Megan and you'll see on your agenda that she just discusses everything here at the Senior Center.
Yes.
Thank you, Megan.
Well, welcome to the February. No, what month are we in?
January.
I'm already doing planning for February. So my brain
Right.
is there, and I'm going to share that with you later today, or during our meeting. But for my director's report, I would like to state that programming, activities, and outings have increased significantly at the Senior Center. I believe that we are gelling as a community, and the mission statement is adhering to the seniors. The mission statement is for seniors to feel safe, heard, welcome, and supported at the center. So everything we do goes back to those core values. When seniors ask us for an activity or where they want to go out to lunch this month, we hear that, we work on that. If they want the supper club programming and activities, so that's really what we're doing. We're trying to let the seniors' requests drive our programming. So that is really good, and that is moving forward. We are working on a code of conduct, or basically a standards of expectations for people when they are at the senior center. There've been some incidences where people have not been respectful to one another. So we are going to get that done within the next month. And the way that information will be disseminated, you all will get a copy at the next meeting in February. But we will be meeting with the seniors in groups, going over that with them. They will also get hard copies. And then it will be uploaded into my senior center, and people will have to acknowledge that they have received that. So that is going to be our process to disseminate that information.
Nice, nice. Does anybody have
Yes.
any questions?
Will it be posted?
It will be posted on our website, yes.
Is there any thought about posting it in the space?
I had not thought about that, but that's a very good idea. I'll do that.
Along with the mission?
No, it should be with the mission.
The mission or the vision,
statement,
right, along with that?
Yeah.
yeah. Right.
But it's really about the activity that the people have to, they're gonna do in the project here. It's like they make now a a separate group for each activity. The people, they know what they're going to do.
Oh, okay, I think that you're getting ahead of us, Betty.
I spoke to Tanya and I told Tanya to doing those, they have to make it first, the meeting with each group. They start in February, not right away, to prepare the people to doing that because it's like we are doing the activity for you, not for us.
Okay, well, again, I'm going to revisit that when we talk about programming, because that's not really where I'm at yet for this meeting, because you're talking about
Yeah,
programming.
no, but I told her because you say the part for the activity, that's what I say, that.
Okay, so let me finish this and I will get to the activities.
I have a question. You mentioned something around the code of conduct.
Yes.
Has there been any incidents?
Yes, there have been some incidences where people have been disrespectful to one another.
Is it recorded and reported?
So I reported an incident on Monday. I was volunteering, serving breakfast,
Yeah,
and we are only given what we're given by trios.
yeah,
And if they don't deliver us milk and people come up and ask for milk, we have to tell them we don't have milk. Some people get very upset and they think we're hiding the milk from them, and they'll keep coming up. And on Monday, a person came up for the second time to get milk, and another person said to them, "I'm sorry, but you already got a milk for breakfast." And he said, "Well, what am I supposed to sit and have lunch without milk?" So he turned around and said, "F you" to her, and sat down at the table and was just spitting off to everybody about how horrible she is and this and that. And then I went in to talk to Tanya. When I came back out, he had reached down into his bag and he took out the milk that we had given him for breakfast, and had one anyway, and he got that upset. And I have seen this a number of times with volunteers, especially at food service, that people feel that they should get things that we don't have, period.
that's a good one. Now, with the code of conduct that you're gonna draft up,
Yes.
that's gonna be posted, are you gonna make all the senior citizens or any employees or that comes there be signatories to it? Are they gonna sign it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So all the seniors are gonna be met with, we're gonna have it translated from City Hall into English and Spanish. We're gonna
Yes.
meet with people, go over that, give them the hard copy so they can take it home.
yeah,
And we're gonna upload it into the computer program, My Senior Center, so they can acknowledge that they have received and
absolutely.
understood the information.
All right, good.
Because then we can hold people accountable once they
Yes,
have that.
Yes,
And you don't have any seniors that have any, like, little mental
yeah,
delays or stuff like that, because sometimes people
They make
do
it
have
online.
that, and that could be why some of the responses are happening.
So in the code of conduct, there is an acknowledgement that if people are having mental health issues, that we will try to work with them, but safety is paramount. So if they are being unsafe and making other people feel unsafe,
yes.
then we need to ask them to leave. But we will always try to de-escalate and support our seniors as much as possible.
Okay,
And you have in the past, and you've been doing it, so we thank you for that.
Yes.
Megan, I have something to add. You just mentioned that you support them. Is there gonna be a length of chances if they do it so many times? Or are
Yes.
you gonna ask them to just take a little break for a little while in the
Yeah.
best loving way that you can? Because you know that's going to anger them too. That's gonna trigger them if they're not comprehending.
So that's why we're writing it out, and we're gonna have legal review it. So depending upon what it is, if somebody puts hands on somebody else, then there's no,
Right.
that's it. You just
gotta
need to
go.
you gotta go.
Right.
But if somebody's raising their voice and we can de-escalate them, that's not a reason to ask somebody to stay away.
Right.
If people are spewing out racial slurs, that's a reason to ask them to stay away for a while.
okay, that makes sense.
Do we have any other languages other than Spanish and English in the center?
Those are the languages that we cater to in the center. I think we have a couple of people that speak other languages too, but I can look at that.
Do we have any language barriers there that we have to be mindful of?
Right now, it's just English and Spanish, and that's it. So everybody who's coming here is either able to speak English or Spanish, and we are able to communicate with them.
Okay, but it should include, because I know there are a couple of Nigerian Igbos and Yorubas that
Yes.
are here that are not very fluent in English. So if you come across them and you need any sort of interpretation or a middleman to come call on me, or I can take a look at it.
All right, that would be really helpful.
And so, yeah, the question was, do we have any French speakers, you know, from French-speaking
From-
Africa
yeah.
or the islands or something? That's just what I was wondering.
Not that I'm aware of, but the city has a department to translate, so maybe I'll
Yeah.
just get a universal translation for the document.
No, the document, because the city has, the city's website has all the languages.
Yes,
So
exactly.
will the document be translated to?
I'm going to request that it's translated
do.
into all the languages.
And you can, there's a capability where somebody can, right, this is what you're talking about, where somebody can click on their languageable,
Yeah,
their,
it's on the
their,
city.
their native
Yes,
language,
right.
and the
The city
document
website.
automatically.
Yeah.
Comes up,
Right, okay.
yes,
So I
yes.
will be following that up. Thank you for that. suggestion. The other things that have been going on at the center, the tiles in the handicap bathroom, excuse me, not the tiles, the wall in the handicap bathroom has been repaired. There were some leaky tiles in the dining room, those have been repaired.
Did they get repaired?
Yes, they did. So as you all likely know, the commuter rail station is now open behind us. And that it has worked without incident thus far, so I'm excited about that. I mean, we feel the trains, but we always felt the trains when they were driving by. So the boundary is really good. We don't have people parking in our yard. We don't have people knocking on our doors that are not supposed to be. So that is a positive. So any questions about any of that information that I shared?
But when you do meet with the seniors for, say, the activities, if they're looking for activities that are not in the budget, is it something you could let the board know? Because we could talk to the friends and try to do some fundraising. Because legally, this board, we cannot fundraise, but that's why we have Joe Noble, the Friends of the Council on Aging, they can do the fundraising, so.
Absolutely.
It's something we've been talking to Joan about, that
Yes.
we wanna start doing. We can't do it, but we'll get volunteers to help them start some fundraising, so we can get some, like you said, if certain activities that are gonna cost more money.
Yes.
We can get some fundraising started.
That would be great. Like if the Friends could help us with bingo prizes, which is about $500 a month, or I'm not even sure what we're paying for the monthly birthday cakes, but those kind of things would help, and I can check into the cost of those.
Megan,
Yes,
I know you mentioned about activities that drives your program. Right?
Yeah.
That those activities are derived from the senior citizens.
well, no, let me clarify.
No,
A small amount of those are
Oh, small,
derived from the senior
okay.
citizens, the rest is coming from the staff.
okay. What I just wanted to add is that, you know, the world is evolutionary. It's constantly changing. Change is very constant. There's Generation Z, Generation X, and all that, and they come up with all these ways of living and all that. Have you thought about incorporating some of those new challenges into the activities that you'll be showing, taking the senior citizens into? Because sometimes they have these challenges interacting with the new generation.
Yes.
And then so that they, we are gradually exiting this wall, but we want to make sure that we also provide them that this is happening on your way out.
Yeah.
So do you have any thoughts on that?
We're increasing our use of technology with our seniors to keep them moving forward.
Beautiful.
So there's not only the Tech Goes Home program, which Michelle and Tanya does for the seniors, there's also, we're using our smart board now. We're saying, okay, this is how you're able to connect with your doctor. This is how you're able to set those pieces up. This is how you're able to set up your cell phone. Let's go online and look for the newspaper. So we're starting to do more of those things,
Beautiful.
which is a great segue into the activities.
Okay.
All right, so the activities that I'm going to share are for the month of February, because we're always planning ahead. However, I want to address Betty's concern, a question that she raised early. Tanya has been talking to the seniors about making groups and clubs. A club for, like a scrapbook club to make it for the pictures, a club for decorating the senior center when we change seasons, another club for chorus, just different clubs and getting their ideas. And that's what she's looking to do to incorporate additional programming for March. So she's teasing out things that they want to do from them and to try to build in some additional programming that's not really going to cost us. Our greatest expense truly is transportation. If I send one bus out a month to the casino, that's $1,500. If I send casino plus out to lunch, that's $3,000 a month.
But then they have Tanya, like if they sign for game,
Yes.
I can sign for decoration, I can sign for anywhere.
Well,
Just only one. That is something that is not good.
okay, you're entitled to
Because
your
if I want,
opinion.
like, I want to help it here to do, like I do all the time, helping to doing the decoration for Christmas, helping to do it, and I do in the game. No, I can do it just only one.
Well, let
Because-
me explain. So what we're trying to do is to make sure that we're very inclusive and we're giving everybody an opportunity to participate in the clubs. So we're saying we would like one senior to pick just one club that they want to focus on so we can bring other people. You have a strong personality and you're a leader in our program. And I respect that, but we need to bring in other people and have them feel welcome and included. So we are limiting at this time, we're requesting the seniors only sign up for one group or club so that we're pulling other people in.
Okay, something happened yesterday with Tanya. The teacher from art came yesterday and said they're gonna do the class. So Griselli trying to be in the group. And she said, no, it's only 5 persons. And I say, 5 persons. We asked the teacher, they gonna pay you because the person, how many people are gonna be in the class? We go, no. You can sign on, but Tanya don't let us to sign.
That was something that was, sign up was done for that last month and it was limited to 5 people. That was last month, 5 people.
What, how
So,
are the sizes
I don't
determined? How do we-
understand. Because with the other class, they have 8 people, like a yoga. It's in a small room and they have 10 people.
Well, it must depend on the teacher that's teaching the class for the supplies and
It's-
how
it's
much.
a
No, I asked
Supplies for the
her,
art.
and she said, no, you can sign. And I said, okay.
But she
sometimes
doesn't get to
she
make
said
that
I can
decision,
sign,
Betty,
I
because
sign,
she
and I
doesn't
don't
have to
get
pay for it.
What it is, like, I know Megan said, a lot of the activities, so right now, I'm sure you're taking sign-ups for February.
Well, actually, sign-ups in February will start on the 1st.
Okay,
So, right, so everything is always a month out.
okay.
And so when that, the person who's doing the art, the artist that is coming and doing the pictures with us, she wanted a very small group because she is new to presenting her artwork in public displays, in public settings. She asked for a group of 5, and we agreed that we would start with a group of 5. And those signups were done last month, and in December, she came to the center and she did a little presentation on what she was going to do. She did some drawing, some sketching. She sketched 2 of our seniors in the large room to show everybody what it was going to be like. And at that point, signups were put out for that. So that was last month and that was limited to 5 people. So depending upon the presentation and the cost, things are limited. We are doing Chinese lanterns. That is limited to 10 people.
And how many classes they're gonna make it? They have to make a different group. It's not only 5 people in the center.
I
They have to
understand
make
that,
it
Betty,
different
but every person doesn't necessarily need to participate in every event.
Yeah, I know, because here they have to sign for time for every scene. And when we're going to sign,
Yes.
it's no group.
So
It's
what
something, it's one problem with the Spanish people here.
What I'm gonna
What is the
suggest
problem? What is the problem?
is, let's say
No,
this
yeah,
art
you know,
group,
because you
everybody
don't like
really
to say.
liked it, and we could only have 5 people. If we have her come back next month, but have a different group of 5 people,
That's just like the concept of the clubs, yes.
Yes.
You
So we're
rotate
gonna
it so people get the
rotate.
opportunity, but it's not all at the exact same
and if
time.
there is a club that we're finding an event that everybody really likes it,
Mhm.
and if she can add more, let's see if we can find some funding to help you out with it.
Okay.
But I see what you're saying, it's gonna be a rotation, so you
Right.
did this month.
Right, so you do
Next
the
month,
thing.
sign up for
Right.
something else.
Right.
Another people,
get it.
but if you're finding that more people wanna do these activities, let's see if we can add more people to it. And I know a lot of it has to do with funding, but let's see what we can do with the funding part of it to
All right.
help you out.
I appreciate that.
As a
I
new
invite,
member,
I
as a-
invite you to
excuse me,
come at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you see it's nobody here.
No, everyone's
Okay,
fine.
excuse me, as a new member, I just have you've been here, but I'm the one who hasn't been, right? So I have a lot of questions. How many members, how many people on a regular basis does the center serve monthly?
We serve 100 people a
A
day,
day.
100 people a day.
yes.
and typically the same people? I mean, is it generally?
It's generally the same people, yes.
Okay, so 100 people, for a town of 100,000 people, that's a small number, so, but it comes down.
So we have a maximum under these conditions also,
Right.
so we limit things because of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
So even activities like Christmas parties, special occasions, they're limited because you can
have to
only
sign
have a
out.
capacity of so many people right
What is
now.
the capacity?
After, when the project is all done, the mayor says we will have a capacity of 200.
Okay.
But we don't have that now.
Okay, so, okay.
And we have somebody here at the end that's gonna discuss
Right.
the,
But I'm trying to understand what Betty is saying, because are you saying that the classes are signed up before other people get a chance to sign up?
Sometimes, and this happened to me, directly to me. They're gonna say, are you gonna sign for this? No, you can later. And when I'm going to sign, no, it's all full.
And the people have already signed up for the class. The
Yeah.
class has already been signed up.
When they say it's open to sign, you can walk in the front desk. And I said, well, we're gonna sign here now until even to go to the bathroom because for everything they have to do it. But we don't have the scene specifically. The director, I know she's a nice person, but she most of the time have at the meeting and she is here in the office. We saw her just only once when they're going to lunch or something like that, but she don't spend too much with us in the center.
yeah, well, that's her position.
You're right, and I'm working on that. I'm balancing my administrative responsibilities with spending time with the seniors, because that's really where my heart is. So I hear that and appreciate that feedback from you, Betty. Thank you.
No, I know, but that is different when you present the scene and when they happen behind you. I am the one that everybody went to me and say, Betty, this, this, and this, and this. Betty, this, and this, and this, and this. And I say, why you don't make it the complaint directly? Why me?
Right.
Oh, because what they want the file all the time. No, but the people, too many people, they have too many complaint about.
Betty, let me ask you a question, because what you're saying now is kind of very thought-provoking. Are you feeling like some seniors here are being marginalized?
They imagine what?
That means they're being
Excluded?
excluded from participating in things.
Yeah, it's too many people here. It's not only that. It's too many old people, they not are adapted to working in. Because the memory, because the scene, it's too many old people.
Where I'm
And
getting
we help them,
I know,
we help
senior
them to do it.
where I'm getting at,
Yeah.
what I'm getting at is there's a particular statement that I overheard a few minutes ago about it happens to Spanish too many times. So that's what.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
is that how you feel? Is that what you are feeling? Because at those Spanish complaining to you and you are telling them to
Not
complain.
only the funny people complain to me.
Okay,
Not only the
Not
funny
only,
people,
okay.
other people too.
okay.
And now, the Hispanic people, because most of them don't speak English. My English is not perfect. But I don't live, not only for the Hispanic people, for nobody, they're doing something that is wrong.
This is what I'm gonna say. You are part of the board here. We made decisions, we discuss. Diana said something that the reason why probably this is limited is as a result of how many spaces are available, what the funding is. So there's so many factors. Perhaps when they come to you and complain, maybe you should be our voice as well.
Well, I even have a meeting with the mayor already,
Okay.
and we have the note form, and I say, well, if you wanna, I find that all the sign, the people that want to sign about this, and I bring the letter with you with all the people that don't like this, but
I think Megan is gonna look into it.
I am gonna explore that
Sure.
more, Betty. But the reality is, I have to work with the staff I have and the budget I have. So you might not be able to do something this month, but you might get an opportunity to do it next month. And again, we are trying our best to be inclusive, to bring activities and opportunities to more of our seniors.
Can I ask a question? I have Mary here, I have Smitty here, who are actually, and Betty, who are actually
and
at
I
the
hear
senior
about the
center
Michelle
every day.
resign about. The Michelle resign, she's not gonna be here with us anymore.
Who?
Michelle.
Michelle.
We'll deal with that at the end. Right now, let's continue where we are in this meeting.
Yes.
Do you, Mary or Smitty, do you feel like you're excluded
I
in?
really don't. May I share that on one particular time, I was told to sign up for something, and I waited till the last minute. I called, and she said, Mary, you haven't signed. I said, have a wonderful day. I can't let everything disturb me, because I'm not living in a perfect world. It's not gonna go my way all the time. So I don't let things like that disturb me. I don't. I just can't.
But if you see
There's more
stuff, you will
people,
let
I
us
will let you
know.
know, most definitely. There's a lot of people coming here now than ever.
Yeah.
There are new people coming here that I've never seen. And I'm sorry to hear, that people feel that way, and I'm sure Megan will do her best to work on it, but I don't feel like that.
Smitty, how about you? I know certain events you don't want to do, you don't show up that day.
Right.
Like, you're not usually here Wednesday, you don't like bingo.
A lot of things I don't
But
want.
if we're going out to the lunch, who's picking time?
Right.
Okay.
I'm not here every day, but when I get the flyer, I come here and get it. I look at what's going on, and there have been many times that I wanted to sign up, but I waited till like the last week, and it was a week out, and it was already full because of the limitation. But I also understand the reasoning behind the limitations. And hopefully, things will get better as we get more funding, more staffing, more room to spread things out.
But this is something we will work on. I'll work with Megan on it and see what we can do with the funding and what we can do for some fundraising with the Friends to get hopefully bigger, until we get bigger space also.
And I was thinking that too, when a class is offered, that you can have people sign up. You're only gonna take the first 5, you let people know, but they can sign up and you can actually have recorded what was popular. Because sometimes a teacher can offer a second class at the same time and stuff. But I think it's good to know which classes are popular.
Well, that is really good, Jackie, and I appreciate that. When we do the newsletter, we put the limit for how many people per event. So it'll say for Cracker Barrel, what was that, like 40, 50, 30 people for Cracker Barrel. How many people for the artist is 5. How many people for massage, maybe 5. The barber, maybe 10. So those numbers are out there.
So the names are there, so the next time the class is offered, you
Yes.
go down past the 5. and
Exactly,
pick
say
the next.
those people already
Yeah.
had it, so let's move to the next group.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Great. Any other questions for Megan?
No.
Okay, you can continue. I think you were on financial maybe, or did I skip over something?
I was just gonna go over the activities for the month
Okay.
of February.
Yep, that's right.
I'm not putting out the dates because then that gives people, they wanna jump ahead in line. We are going to do hat making, we're going to do origami, we are going to bake cookies, we are gonna bake cobbler. We are going to continue with the SAIL program, which is staying active and independent. We are going to continue with our cheer yoga. The MBTA is going to do 2 presentations for their Charlie cards and their discounted passes here. That's been a well-received event. We are going to have the supper club. For February, we're also going to have a Black History fashion show and party. For Valentine's Day, it's going to be a little low-key. I think it's just cupcakes, but we will acknowledge Valentine's Day. We are also going to have a light Dominican breakfast in February. We are going to tour Lynn TV. We are going to go to Encore Casino. We are going out to lunch. We are having 2 workshops from the Lynn Library to help people with their cards and online use of the library. We are doing a presentation, well, the Alzheimer's Association is doing a presentation in Spanish for Alzheimer's. There will be a presentation on online scams.
What was that, please?
A presentation on online scams for seniors to be aware of. Department of Public Works will be presenting at the Senior Center to show what resources the city has and how to access them. We will also, Lynn TV is going to come down and do a presentation about their membership. Nicole McLean is going to come down and give a presentation during February on Black History Month. And Annette Skies from Gala is going to come down and present. McGuff Funeral Home is going to present on pre-planned funerals.
Cuff McGinn.
Cuff McGinn, thank you. The dentist is supposed to be here, the massage therapist, the barber. We're going to have facials, and Claudia from Mass Health is going to be here to help people. So that is the February programming.
Very
Wow,
busy.
you loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working on it.
Small but short month.
All right, that's good.
Very busy month.
All right.
You have an extra day in February.
One more day
It's
to
a leap
squeeze it
year.
in. Financial report, we did receive the formula grant money of $1,708. And we have a current budget of $2,347,703.67.
Nice.
Question, Nancy,
Yes.
questions about, how much of the budget is, what are the, for those of us, for me,
Yeah.
right? What's the source of the funding?
That
Percentage-wise, in the annual, in the year, what's the source of funding? How much is from Friends, how much is from government, how much is from?
This is all
municipality?
from the state. None of
This
this
is all
is from
from the state.
Friends. This is from the Massachusetts Council on Aging,
Okay.
COA money.
Okay,
So-
and then, so when Friends, so that's Mass Council on Aging, that 234,000? Or-
Yes, that's a total.
Okay, so
That's what's in her budget. right
that's
now.
what's in your budget. So when you need more funds, can you go back to Mass?
No, I cannot.
You cannot, that's
That's it.
That's capped,
Yes. it is.
annually, capped. Is that based on, excuse me, is that based on population
It is
or?
based upon population, so what it is it is $14 per senior based upon the number of seniors in Lynn, and that is it. So what can you do with $14 for one
Exactly.
person for an entire year?
Whoa.
$14.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
so
And
that's
when
good.
Just to let you know,
Yeah.
when the Friends of the Council on Aging, they have some money, they're not what you call, they don't have this huge bank account.
No.
So a lot of it is, they'll do raffles here, so the raffles might be $1 each, or so many for 5. It's more like a petty cash type of thing, so they will pay for maybe a breakfast. They did put money towards a van one time to help with that.
Yes, they do.
But it's smaller amounts of money, it's maybe a few hundred here and there.
From Friends.
From Friends, it's
So-
not like thousands of dollars.
So where does other money come from?
The city is covering primarily the salaries, and that's it.
And how does that stack up against senior centers in surrounding communities?
I don't really have an answer for that. Because every senior center is staffed a little different, and some senior centers have more volunteers than others.
But in terms of, just in terms of what we don't know.
No, it's budgeting too, a lot of it comes down to the budget,
A lot of it comes down to, when you say budget, you mean,
what we have
Funding.
for expenses for between the salaries. And that determines how much staff we could have. We just got a full-time driver, correct?
Yes.
We only had a part-time driver.
right,
So the issue was, people were coming in the morning, Tanya and them were hopping in the van to drive people home because the driver
Right.
was only so many hours. We did get that through the city, through the mayor's office, helped us out a lot.
Yeah, that was through public health,
And public health.
yes.
So there's ways, but to get more staffing, it's just not in the budget. Megan has to do present her budget
Yes.
report to the city, and like we tell her, go hundreds of $1,000s over, because you know you're not gonna get it, but maybe they'll throw a little extra in.
So-
It doesn't always work.
so the short, and because obviously machines run according to how much fuel they have, and the fuel of a senior center is money, right? And so I'm just wondering where the source of everything is. So the bulk is from Mass Council on Aging, petty cash charges from Friends. So then, how do we get you other support? And in most municipalities, is it the city that provides the funding?
So basically, when I was talking about the Friends with fundraising,
Yeah.
this group here technically cannot fundraise.
Right,
Because we are part of the city.
right.
But the Friends can. So we are trying to get Joan help for people that could come in and come up with some fundraising ideas. It doesn't have to be here at the senior center. It's more of a community, so they could host a fundraiser, let's say at any place,
Right.
and charge $5 to get in. Maybe get some donations for raffles, put out a little food, but show what the senior center does. Like right now, the chamber is doing a home show coming up this weekend.
Saturday.
Yeah, right.
So it's something that the Friends could almost do something like that with the senior center, showing people, come in and see what the senior center's about. Maybe have a table for a sign up. Maybe have a table with vendors that actually volunteer their time, what they're doing. It will bring people in to see what it's about, but it's also a fundraiser. These are just different ideas. We're looking for people to come in and help the Friends.
It's just so interesting, because as a senior, like, I have no idea how it runs, how these places run, and like, I'm thinking this is a big city of 100,000 people. We have a lot of seniors that probably really wanna participate. So I'm just wondering where the money is gonna come from.
We
Okay, so I
make
just
money, a
got,
lot of it is donations.
Uh-huh.
Like John just made a donation. He donated a piano to the senior center. People like that will
Okay.
do certain donations, but then it has to go through the city council for permission for the donation to come into the senior center.
Right.
So anyone listening,
What about grant?
the senior center, the
grants.
Friends, we're always looking for any type of donations you have, and like she just said, bingo costs over $500 a month. Bingo prizes, sometimes are dish towels,
Right. They're dollar store prices,
dollar
you know,
store
but
products, they like to win something. Feel free to drop new items down to the senior center, we will accept anything.
even wrapping paper to
Wrapping
wrap the
paper,
gifts.
yes.
We're using Christmas paper right now, which is great. It's paper.
That's true.
So what they do for bingo prizes, instead of it being open, it's wrapped. So you don't know what you're getting, so they get it and they unwrap their winning.
Jackie said and Jackie, you just said something about grants.
Yeah.
So this formula grant was received for 137,000. Is that in addition to that's in addition to Mass Council on Aging money, right?
That is the mass
That
council.
is the-
That is
That's
it.
the
That's
grant.
it. That's the formula grant money. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're poor.
So, yeah, I'm
Doubted us, we're poor.
well, I mean,
No,
Yeah.
no other way to say it.
We're working with what we have, and we're trying to get more resources, as we also try to grow our programming, because that's really important.
and the programming is based on the budget.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Good, thanks for answering my questions.
Again, anybody would like to sponsor a program for the senior center?
Or a
let us
party
know.
for us.
When you say that, Megan, when you say that, what do you mean?
To sponsor a party is to pay for the food, to pay for the DJ, to pay for the photo booth.
Right.
That's sponsoring a party for us.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
So the MBTA just sponsored a party for us, because they opened up the commuter rail and they wanted to kind of say thank you. It was an amazing party.
What typically is a budget for a party?
Party's typically 1,500, but I think that the tea probably spent at least 2,500. Like they were up there, and it was fully catered. We were supposed to cook outside on the grill, but it was fully catered. We didn't anticipate that.
Like
Is
their
there,
4th of July party, they cook burgers
Yes.
outside. If somebody wanted to sponsor the burgers for that, the pasta salads.
I was thinking about sponsoring, to get people to sponsor the transportation at least once if it's $1,500.
That would be, and that would be so welcomed and so needed. Yes, because that is our biggest.
how many seats on the bus?
The bus holds, is it 40 or 50, Smithy? 50.
Can you go once every month?
Yes, we go once a month to the casino, and we're going once a month out to lunch.
Okay.
So that's 3,000 a month.
Yes, it is.
How many months? 12?
Well,
36,000. out of a budget of, so when you do that, you've spent $36,000 of a $234,000 budget.
Right.
And that, and I just wanna get clarity on the money here. So that budget of $234,000, does that include then the salaries come out of that?
No.
That's
City-
separate,
the city
okay,
is
fine.
paying the salaries.
The city pays for that, this 234 is for activities and whatever else?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And it's a very big thing, because when Megan first come on, I got a lot of phone calls. They thought they were gonna lose their casino trips. They were having a fit. But she was not. She was trying to do some different things. She kept the casino trips. But that is one of the complaints I got from the seniors. They thought they were gonna lose that once a month casino trip. They're heartbroken. I'm like, don't.
Yeah.
I said, I will fight tooth and nail. We will not take that away from you. But they're set in ways, that's something they look forward to on Sunday.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Right.
Now going out to eat, so these are maybe little things to certain people, but this is something the seniors look forward to every single month.
And we are spending more money on transportation for these buses, but prior to this, the seniors were being transported on school buses,
Yeah.
which was not conducive,
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. So,
Even-
Mary had a
Mary,
question.
Where do they get the miscommunication from though? Like you just said, why would you assume she's taking something away?
You'd be
If
surprised.
it
the phone
hasn't
calls
been
I get.
announced, where are you getting this from? I don't get that.
Well, people
People make
generally
assumptions.
make assumptions.
Right,
Okay.
without having all the information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people do, and they just sit back looking at the scenario and say, you
Yeah.
know what? Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna
And
do.
then I get a meeting.
Right,
that's the thing.
exactly.
Yeah,
I'll call Megan at time and they're like, no, Diana. Oh, that's fine. Can you just announce to them?
Right.
No, but
Right.
99 times they're rumors. They're
Yeah.
not true. So when I call, they're like, what? Like, yeah, can you just like reassure them?
It's just it's our job or the center's job, the employees that are here, to reassure them, just to let them know that what you are thinking in the sky
Exactly.
is
Right.
not what is gonna
and
happen.
what we're trying to do now to help reassure people and for them to understand the programming, we're doing morning announcements. So we're
Exactly.
taking information like this information about Lynn Tech.
Yeah.
We take that, we share that in our morning announcements.
Good.
We share whatever the mayor sends and what's going on in the community in our morning announcements. Then we talk about the activities for the day. And then at lunchtime, we do another announcement. This is what's going on in the afternoon, this is what's for lunch, and if you stay beyond 1 o'clock, this is what we have going on for you. So we are twice a day disseminating information to help people know what's going on and to make sure that they are informed.
And how about, the online presence? Is everything accessible online?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And is it accessible on a phone?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Any other questions for Megan?
Not some of the things they could flip on us.
Yeah, those, yeah, I know, yeah.
Do we have any other questions for Megan?
This is really good.
All right, we're gonna move on. Does anybody have the Friends report from Joan? No, I know Joan had surgery, so I completely understand if we don't have that.
What's wrong with her?
Back,
Her back.
polio.
But she had instant relief from the minute the surgery was done. She
Yeah.
I got a text from my daughter.
person.
Oh, that's good. How did
Where
that
is she
go?
at?
Home, she had it
She's
done
home?
at a surgery center, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go on to old and new business. So we have Laura here from the city, from Inspectional Services, and she's gonna give us an update on construction, the space at the senior center, just to let us know what's going on, because she is personally working with the architects. And like I said last meeting, this is a process. I know we wanted to start, but it's a very long process. It can't happen overnight.
It cannot unfortunately happen overnight. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Diana.
Thank you for coming.
Kudos. So as you know, we're also trying to build a middle school, and I think you've seen how long that process is. We are using federal money for this project, so we're using some ARPA funds, and we're also using money from Seth Moulton's office. Each of those funding sources have different requirements for how the money is spent, so we have to make sure that we meet all of those requirements so we are eligible for that money. We had initially planned on using house doctor contractors for the renovation project, but because of one of those requirements, we have to bid the project. So we have to make more robust project documents for competitively bidding projects. So you'll see me here actually tomorrow. If you're here tomorrow, you'll see me here with the architect looking at the second floor, which we were always planning to add, but now we are more confident that we can include the fit out of the second floor. So we're coming to look at that space and do some final tweaks to the design. He announced that the schedule would be finishing the bidding documents at the end of the summer. We have asked him to do better than that, and he said that he likely can, but it will depend on us being definitive in our choices. So when we make a choice, we can't change our mind. So I said, I think that is everybody's goal, is to get it done faster. So when we make a decision about a space or a finish, we're gonna stick with it.
Very good.
So, yes,
Is the city under any constraints for a timeline of using this money before it goes away?
we are.
Okay.
Yes, so the opera money has to be encumbered by December 2024, but we have until December 2026 to spend it.
Anybody else have any questions?
Yes, the architect, is the architect that you're working with somebody who with experience in doing senior center work?
Yes, yes, they've been involved with me working here for the last 18 months. So it started with talking to the director, and we actually came to this meeting last year together to hear about the needs, and there was sort of discussions about the programming that would be happening and making sure we could fit everything in the spaces, and the budget.
But they hear about they're gonna start working here in the center in 2025.
We hope to be
Completed, all done.
Believe it.
All done.
By
Well,
2025.
it's supposed to start last year.
No, it's a process. Like she was saying, the way the money is allocated, there's different steps you have to go through, like the Pickering Middle School. We're a year in on planning with this. We just voted last night on something, but the process through the state and how you use the money, what it has to be used for, is a year process.
So we're gonna be here 3 years, no?
Betty,
We're gonna be here already 3 years in
Oh,
the
we didn't
center.
get the money right away.
No,
Betty,
correct.
let me tell
And it
you,
still
let
hasn't
me
even
tell you
gone
how
out
the
to bid.
government, how the government works.
And who's the
They're
architect?
very quick at taking
Gina.
money.
Architect's right.
And to spend
What
it
is it?
for you back
Gina?
to you.
Yeah.
It's 1 million years.
Again?
Gina.
Gina.
And I apologize, I am carrying the on-call phone, so if you see me look at my phone, it's because if there's an emergency, I have to answer.
Great. What's gonna be the total square footage? When complete, do we know?
I do not know.
What is the square footage right now of the center?
I don't know that off the
I
top
don't
of my
know,
head.
it's all in the plans.
I can.
I'm a
we have that
realtor,
information.
I'm all about square footage and funding, so that's why I asked, sorry.
So it'll be the entirety of the first floor, second
Okay.
floor, and then the roof deck.
Roof deck.
Oh,
But there'll be multi-use spaces, so these
Gotcha.
spaces will be able to, whether it's having a paint class, then you might be able to do a different type of craft later on in there, and we're trying to do multi-use
Right,
spaces, so
right.
we can use that one
Creating
space for
storage spaces, that way materials can be stored for
Right.
different activities.
yes, right.
That way we can maximize, the actual square footage that we have.
I have a question. In October last year, I think we looked over a design. Now, you mentioned something about there could be some changes. Is that changes gonna be run through Megan?
Yes, so, and there is a building committee
Yes,
that you're on,
I think I'm on that, yes.
and I think Megan's on it.
I know so many committees, yes, I am on that, and I think Megan is on that.
I believe Michael
Building
Bertino
committee.
is on it
Okay.
to help with the discussion about the
Alright.
funding, Michael Donovan.
Yes.
So there
Someone from
are,
the mayor's office.
Correct.
I think is on it, but it's something we really haven't had a meeting until we get the final plans and we know what's going on, and then we vote from there. But this is a process, and I said it from day one, this will not happen overnight. It's probably a 2-year project. Like anything else with the bidding, putting everything out, so it's worth the wait. And once it's done, everyone's gonna be like, I'm glad.
You won't be displaced during the renovation.
Right, that's
We're
the
ready
other good thing.
for renovations. Might be a little noisy, but we will be here during the renovation.
For sure, they have to can start already, because every time they're raining, we're gonna have to use the umbrella.
There is, I know that there is a problem.
We're addressing that issue.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. Okay.
This is a guy,
Does anybody have any other questions for Laura? Because I know she has to get back to City Hall.
Have there ever been site visits to other senior centers?
Yes, they did in the past, before we opened. People have been to, there were tours of other senior centers, but you also have to think of the space we have to use.
Right, no, right, exactly. I've been to the other senior centers, so I'm just wondering if as a group, we've done site tours.
We've done different things, but it was at the point where we just needed a building to have a senior center. And we went pre-COVID for 6-7 months without a senior center.
Yep.
Then 2 years during COVID, then Chris got hired, and we still went probably another 8 months before this building came up. There was nothing.
I remember, and it's thanks to you.
yeah, thanks to all of you.
That was torture for a long time, but we do have a senior center now, and we love it here.
I love it.
So I just have a question on the handicap door. Is that going to possibly be fixed before the renovation is done?
So that is a very good point. Thank you for bringing it up. I have escalated that to Director Tobin, and she has sent me some information. So I'm going to actually try to work on that this afternoon. Apparently, the problem that we are having with our doors is a very common problem for handicap access doors. So I've been directed to change the way the switches are being used, so I'm going to try that this afternoon. And if it does not work, the city is going to send that out to get worked on. So one last effort today. And if it's not,
I mean, just let me know if we have an issue or whatever, we can use the phone calls, because we need to get that fixed.
absolutely.
I thought it was fixed already. All right, anyone have any other questions? No? Or if you want to take that? Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Going,
All right.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
We're actually running late today. Next on the agenda, board meeting for February and March. I know we did this last year, and it's up to the board, because February, March, we do end up with more snow than we do in January. Are we interested in going back to Zoom for February and March? In case of the icy weather or the snow, it's up to you guys. If you want to do that, if you feel more comfortable doing it Zoom during the next 2 winter months.
Well, I would suggest that you play by ear,
yeah.
Well, we can't,
Can't,
because
you
it
have
has
to
to be
set it up.
advertised.
Oh,
So we have to have so many days to send it to the clerk's office, it has to be in the
oh,
paper.
I see.
So like this morning, when I got up, I'm like, okay, not too much snow. I couldn't cancel the meeting,
Yeah.
Right.
because everyone was still working. I would have come down here, see who showed up. But where these meetings are recorded and they're
Oh,
out
nice.
for a schedule, we can't cancel
I
them,
see.
so we have to know
Well-
ahead of time. Because these are public meetings where anybody can come to the meeting. And I know when we did Zoom, we ended up having people
More people attend.
hopped on the Zoom meeting because they felt comfortable, they were home and just hopping
Right.
on.
You
So-
have to one day.
I know, and it was so crowded one day in here. What I'm gonna ask you to do is, I'm gonna make a motion if people want to have the next 2 meetings Zoom, and we'll do a vote on it and see what you guys feel, what's. All right, so I make a motion to take a vote on to see who wants to do Zoom meetings the next 2 months. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. And I'm going to have Debbie do a roll call and vote yes or no. Do me last, because I don't care what we do.
Okay. Do me second to last, I have to show up
You
either
have to be
way.
here, yeah.
John,
Oh, yes,
Zoom, yes.
yes.
Smithy,
No,
Betty,
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
here all the time.
Mary,
Yes.
Jackie,
Yes.
Jean, Marie?
Zoom.
Yes, then. I say yes. And Megan?
I abstain, I'm
Right,
either
yeah.
way.
And I'll say yes.
Okay,
All right, sorry, Smitty.
so yes.
All right, so our next meeting, when we post it, Pam will send us the link. So February and March will be Zoom meetings, just in case we have icy weather, we have a snowstorm. Don't have to worry about anybody trying to get out and shoveling and falling, so. And I know we did that last year also, I think we did a few Zoom meetings during the winter.
Yes.
Make it safe for everybody.
Not gonna snow, lack of interest.
Well, let's hope it's not gonna snow, Smitty. I'm all for that. Okay, so we did that. Let's see. Last on the agenda, reach out to federal delegation to ask for funds for our senior center. And we have written, Betty, that's you're gonna call Brendan and Pete and Dan?
Well, I have to say mine for a long time. When we was together with them, basically, we received the money, the federal money with them, and they keep the more biggest part, and we have the small part right now. I spoke to the mayor about that thing, and I told him if it's okay, if we, the people in the center, make it a letter directly for the federal government and asking for more money. And everybody can
Sign.
sign the letter, even us,
They both,
make it the other letter and you sign and put all the letter together. And he told me and that was a splendid thing that we can do it to help the center.
Okay,
So I asked you, and I asked Pamela, I just spoke to Pamela directly, to do the letter. And when everybody sign, send them to Washington DC, to the Congress, and the other part to the directly to the.
so do you want
But
us
I
to
told
draft
him,
a
I
letter?
told the mayor before that have all the letter done, I go to his office and he can read the letter, I give him the copy, he approve it, and it's okay, we send it.
Right, do you want us to draft a letter? Is that what you're looking for us
Yeah,
to?
you write the
Okay.
letter,
All right, we'll get that going
everybody
on.
see and sign, even Joe and you see, we can do it too, and the other board, another letter is put it in that. They can see all together are doing for that, asking for the money all together.
Asking for some help, okay.
I would-
I'll get a letter drafted and I'll bring it to you. You can have whoever you want sign it. We'll sign it and we'll send it out to the appropriate people.
Okay.
Molten, right?
We'll do Molten, we'll do the State House, we'll send it to everybody. I know Molten's already given us a lot of money, so
How
we'll
much?
send it to him. That's part of our construction that,
Oh, yeah, the ARPA and the mold.
yeah, he gave us that for the construction, so we will send him the letter also.
Marky.
Huh?
Marky.
We'll send it out to whoever
yeah,
people in the
makes sense.
senior center want us to send it to. We will have it mailed and distributed to the right people.
Betty, you like to come down the 17th and, no, the 21st? Third Wednesday next month, and we're gonna have Brendan Crichton at our meeting down Church Street.
Okay, just remind me,
Oh, at the Mass Senior Action
That's
meeting.
the action.
Yeah.
you remind me the meeting, I can be there.
It's the third Wednesday of the month.
When the panel is gonna be back.
All right, do we have anything
The
else?
month of April.
Oh, sorry. Anybody have anything else they'd like
I
to?
would like to take
Say, did you
this time.
approve that? Did you approve the letter?
I will get the
Okay.
letter drafted, I will show it to you, and I'll bring it to you so you can have
Okay.
people sign it,
Okay,
okay?
okay, thank you.
I would like to take this time to thank Megan for all that she's done. That this work, it's not an easy thing, and that I just want to thank her for everything that you do as well as all the staff. I don't look at it lightly. It's a big process. It's a big process.
Thank you.
Yes, it
Thank you.
is, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, MJ.
Be gentle on the puzzles. I received the puzzles, they are getting harder.
Oh, yeah, in the newsletter, yeah.
All of you.
We're challenging you a
That's the
little bit
strings
more.
that-
All right, everybody, I just want to say
Great.
thank you, welcome our new board members, and thank you. Usually our meetings are not this long, we usually get about a half hour. We're usually pretty quick, but
We didn't have a meeting- we didn't have a meeting last month.
we
so-
did have a meeting last month in
Yeah, right.
December, so that's why. But I just want to thank everybody, and we will see everybody January on Zoom. We will send the link out, and I'll get the letter to you, Betty. Give me a week, and I'll get the letter drafted, okay?